Hey folks, welcome back to DCS. So last week I uploaded part 1 in a 5-part series flying the F5 on Enigma's Cold War server. Last week was kind of a first look, a warm-up look at how I approach engagements and how I deal with them, and like a run through of my thought processes as they're going on. The first 3 quarters of this video is going to be a continuation of that. And then the last quarter will be live commentary between me and Sovereign, who will be acting as my GCI, my ground control intercept officer. And he'll just be helping to direct me towards threats I can deal with and away from ones that I maybe can't or that might, deal with me. So we're just waiting short on the runway for this Vigan to take off before we can get going. This all started with me actually having no intention to commit any violence whatsoever. The server literally just restarted. Oh, let's just pause whilst this guy goes overhead. Yes, I did leave the canopy open just to hear that. It all started with a server reset. So when the server restarts, there's nothing marked on the map anymore. There's no ground units to go and attack. You basically just have to go and search for stuff if you're a ground attacker. And it slows down our progress a little bit as a team. So by taking a recon variant of the F5, I can head in and just scout a bunch of shit. And then that will appear on the map for attackers to go and destroy. And whilst they're busy doing that, I can provide air support for them basically and just mop up fires. That was my goal. So we've got 2 bags on. I've taken off quite a long way from the front line, and as soon as we're off the ground I'm just going to climb up to like 20k plus. I'm going to initially try and do the high alt recon to get the infrastructure targets marked, and then I'm aiming to dive down and just mark all of the little outposts, the ones that are, there's plentiful, target rich kind of stuff for the attackers to go for. But the enemy take exception to this, so when I'm up at 20k and I'm above the front line, I'm actually quite deep into enemy territory right now. And within 11 miles there are 5 contacts. 2 of them are hot on me and 1 of them is at 17,000 feet. I am at 22,000 and diving because I was in the cons, and I don't want the contrail to give my position away and make it easy for them to intercept me. But I do spot this guy visually as he booms in to try and make me sad. We've already dropped our tanks and we've already been burning internal fuel for a little bit, so we are a little bit lighter, but we're not quite at dogfight weight yet. So I'm just purposely burning like a crazy person to try and waste as much fuel as possible, which is why I'm using a lot of vertical maneuvers. This is also in part because if I'm high up I can dive for energy, which I will need to fight a 21 because his engine thrust is much better than mine. But it also makes me appear to be quite an aggressive bandit for him, and if you are very aggressive it can put your contacts into a defensive posture a little bit prematurely, because they might not be able to recognise your energy state by looking at you, and instead they just base their actions on what your nose is doing. So if I'm continually pointing my nose at this guy, he's not going to want to stick around, and it forces him to try to create distance and disengage, which is actually bad for him because it helps me to get behind him more easily, and that's exactly what he's doing. It's helping us out. We've managed to get behind him. We're offensive, he's defensive. But I've just spotted there's a contact 2 miles away, hot, on the EWR reports, and I look behind just in time to jink out of the way that missile. When you have a 6, immediately forget about anything in front of you, because if you're dead, you can't kill anything. It's important that you switch targets immediately to the thing that's a threat to you. Switch to a defensive posture and deal with the thing that's trying to deal with you. That 21 behind me manoeuvred extremely hard. He pulled very hard on his stick, and I saw him wing stalling whilst he was behind me, so I know I have an energy advantage on him because he was overdoing it basically. There's a friendly Sabre in the mix as well, and I can see that the other 21 just went over my head. So right now, I'm not under any immediate risk. I can continue to deal with this guy, which is just as well because I'm extremely slow at the peak of this climb. I'm trusting the Sabre to keep the other 21 busy whilst I handle this guy, and he's trying to nope out of here and get some distance. He's trying to extend away, and that's exactly what missiles were made for. Not even going to follow the missile in because, well, I tell you, quick check. But like Iron Man is cool and doesn't look at explosions, sometimes you kind of have to trust the missile to do its job. So we've got 21 going overhead, right to left over there. He's cold. It says there's another one hot, 108 for 1.4, which is pretty close. I can see a guy high, flanking left to right. So we're going to follow him around.
It's 2 friendlies and 3 enemies, dodge 1-3.
So we are outnumbered right now. There are 3 21s in the mix. I can see 2 of them here. Looks like they're both rowing after something. And then a third one just crossed my nose, rowing in the opposite direction. There's the Sabre they're all gunning for.
Update 10713 on the deck.
This guy is extending away for some reason. He's doing it for a little bit too long, so I'm going to use the missile. I try and save missiles to whittle down numbers when I'm outnumbered, because they're a much more efficient way of destroying targets than guns are. And I watched that missile impact because he started turning, and I wasn't sure that it would make the turn.
Dodge 1-3 across the circle at 600.
GCI just told me that the Sabre's getting gunned to my left, but I don't want to pull hard left whilst this guy's here, because if I do, this guy will end up behind me. So I have to deal with him before I can deal with the guy that's causing my friendly some grief. If there's ever a pile of enemies in a line, it's always important to go for the rear one first, because otherwise you're just going to be putting yourself in front of other hostiles. So we do get 2 little touchy hits on that guy. Then I see that Fox 2 come in from below, and I'm pretty sure that was the Sabre getting killed by that other 21 that flew over earlier. So I immediately go defensive because I've just put myself in front of whoever fired that Fox 2. He is following me up, but I was carrying quite a lot of speed, so I'm lazily turning left and right to retain energy whilst I climb, because if he follows and he's weaving around, he's going to slow himself down pretty quickly. We're then diving for energy whilst he is still on his way up. And whilst he comes back down, he'll be getting a lot of speed built up, but because I'm pulling hard, I'm not fast, so I can get him to overshoot very easily. And then I end up on his 6. Because I'm carrying recon film, that I don't want to die and have that whole recon sortie be a waste, whilst this guy's disengaging and the other guy's 3 miles away. According to the EWR reports, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to disengage. And we do actually make it back to base. So currently on our 35 and 0 quest, we're actually on 2 kills so far. So we're not very deep in. I think it takes me like 11 sorties of taking off and landing to actually get to 35. But it's all just about knowing when it's safe to bug out, because sometimes you have to stick the fight, because trying to run away will just get you killed.
Rush 2-4, Fox 221. Slash. Rush 2-4, hot contact, 108, 2 miles, 6,000. Coming up behind you. 0, Rush 2-4. Dodge 136 in contact, 088, 6 miles, 6,000. Havoc 1-1, check 6.
So we're fresh off the runway pretty much. I've ditched my tanks almost immediately, and there's a furball going off, basically right off the foot of the runway. GCI is directing me towards contacts, and so are my teammates.
Banner goes left and low, dodge.
Eyes on.
Rush 2-4, let's get you.
So I can see this guy running cold. He's in burner, I can tell from here, so I'm probably not going to catch him.
Dodge 1-3, 113, 4 miles hot, MiG 21.
GCI calls another bandit hot.
Rush 2-4, 2 o'clock merging, now 3 o'clock merging. Dodge, in contact, 2 o'clock merging.
And he also calls that merge. Obviously I see it visually, but I'm going to change targets to this guy immediately. The other guy was running cold, he was much faster than me, I was never going to catch him, it's just a waste of resources to try and chase him down. Not sure what this guy's doing, but he just buzzed through a bunch of us and didn't see any of us, so just an easy Fox 2.
Good miss, Dodge 1-3, Dodge 1-3, contact after 6 o'clock, 2 miles back, 2,000. Havoc, check 6.
So I get told that there's another contact 2 miles my 6, and looking behind me I can see them visually. It looks like there's a Skyhawk going high. Not quite sure yet where the 21 is, but if you focus on where your friendlies are and you watch them for long enough, then you can work out where the bandits are based on how your friendlies are manoeuvring.
Dodge 1-3, check 9 o'clock, 8,000 high.
In this case, the GCI actually points out to me where this guy is. So we're able to just roll in on him. This 21 is gunning for that Skyhawk we just saw, so had I not been directed to him by the GCI, I probably would have found him shortly afterwards anyway. I do have a Fox 2 left, but I don't really want to use it when I'm this close and there's a friendly in the mix, so I do try for a gunshot as he crosses the nose, but I didn't quite get the alignment right. He's busy with the Skyhawk though, so I can take my time to line up, and I don't need to be too energy conservative, I can just literally point my nose. But because he climbed back up after diving and I didn't, I do have an energy advantage over him, and we're able to pull lead and get some pretty nice gun hits there. Looked like we shot all of the payloads off his wings. So the Skyhawk is now safe. I do consider going for the missile kill as we come back down, but then the EWR report pops up and says there's another one hot within 2 miles. I think this guy's probably going in anyway, but I just want to make sure, so I go for a gunshot here, and miraculously I hit him on the first burst. And I just leave him then, and he ditches it in the drink, as you can see as we go over. You can see 2 contacts behind me, 21, the other one looked like a Sabre, obviously Sabre's friendly, so ignore that. Focus on the 21. The 21 very graciously stays in burner the whole way through this, which makes it much easier to spot him against the blackness of the water, the lake, the sea, whatever the hell this is. He's climbing. I don't need to climb after him through my turn. I actually want to keep a nose down attitude so that I can retain energy and catch back up to him. Don't need to pull too hard. I'm actually pulling a light amount on purpose just to recoup energy as much as possible. Because if you keep pulling hard, you keep getting slow, and then you can't do anything. So sometimes not winning the fight immediately so that you can regain energy is more important.
Hey, Dodge 1-3, fucking solid showing out there, big guy. Fucking champion.
But he ends up getting mopped up by a friendly anyway, so no loss there. A little bit later, and we've got 4 within 10 miles on the EWR reports.
Hey, Dodge 1-3, hot contact, 0303 miles, 1200, 21.
GCI directs me towards this guy who is hot and turning to give me a 6, which is ideal for me. I'm carrying a stupid amount of speed right now, so I'm being careful not to rip my wings off. I was hoping he'd level out and give me a missile shot, but he doesn't. I'm never going to get a 9B off of this aspect, so I'm pulling, but I don't want to pull so hard that I become slow, so I'm easing it back a little bit, staying a little bit in lag, just in order to keep the speed up, because you can see the vapours coming off his wings. He's actually pulling really hard here, and he's climbing. Climbing is great because it means I get some more potential energy built up, and I'm still pushing 500 knots, so I can follow him like this all day. He notices I'm here and he jinks really hard. I'm not going to try and jink with him to stay behind him, because he's just making himself slow. I can use the energy I've got banked to go up and over, yo-yo back down onto him, and because he's so slow now after trying to dodge me, a 9B is not going to struggle too much to pull the lead and put him out of his misery. So that's the end of the post-commentary section. We're going to go back and land now. Once we're touched down, I'm going to hand things over to Sovereign. The rest of the video is going to be live commentary with him directing me around. We're on 5 kills so far. There's another 3 in this video. Keep an eye out for the other videos coming up. If you enjoyed this, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. You can join as a member to get early access on the other videos. You can join the Discord channel if you want to get in on some of this, buy a model through our models, or hit the thanks button to help support the channel financially. And I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Sorry, rush, hard left. Watch wings. Yeah, watching it.
I can see something cons to my 12 heading away.
That's rough. Upland friendly Apache.
That's the MiG-15. Till 1 o'clock, almost 12.
Really?
Yeah, he's 22,000 feet.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? Alright, well I'll go make him set then.
Upland merging 3 o'clock, MiG-21. Hey, Andy, Blair, and
he's slow, he's only 400 knots.
He's probably going to struggle up there. I just lost him in the clouds. I thought my radar would get him, but it didn't.
11 o'clock high.
Oh yeah. Can I have tone please? Come on. Okay, there we go. Fox 2.
You're dodging that at this altitude. Yeah. You've got a 4 ship to yourself. I suggest you head north now.
Is there any friendlies?
No. You're alone.
Fuck. Well, I have cloud cover right now, so...
Yeah, 4 miles. 165 for 4 miles on the deck hot.
The Hades and Cobalt, you guys see that MIA to your 10 o'clock, you're going to pass them.
10 o'clock low. 1 o'clock low.
Left wing 500 feet.
It's good, I'm just using the clouds to hide myself for a second.
He doesn't see, he's blown straight past.
Where's he heading?
Straight north.
Dodge 13, if you still got that film, you can
It's
hit
going to
out
be feet wet.
northwest.
No, he's teeing right now.
What's his
He
bearing?
is 053 for 4. Cold.
Alright,
He's,
okay.
he's dragging to 2 of the hostiles. You're higher than
Didn't
11.
hear a single word of that, Grendel.
They're all cold, apart from one. Apparently.
There's a C101. We're about to.
Yep.
Here you go, Roper.
I'll see if I can help him out. I'm still
Okay.
not good
Oh,
on
you got
fuel.
to-
My fucking fuel balance is
miles
doing
coming
that dodgy thing again, where it's gone right low.
11 o'clock high.
Blind.
Scorpion 11, check.
Left wing on the deck now.
Oh, I see.
He's on the 6th of the C101.
I just lost him against the fucking ground.
Yeah. He's overshot.
Oh,
The
yeah.
one is going feet wet.
I see. Fox 2.
Coke traffic,
Beautiful. Next one is 069 for 3 on the deck hot, 21.
Kilo, it's 098 for 12.
098 for 12.
Can't tell if I can see him or the parachute of the last guy.
080 for 4 hot. He's about to go feet wet. He sees you. 1 o'clock low. Should be off the nose right now.
I see. Oh shit!
Yeah,
Yeah.
then
Wow.
there he is.
Jesus. Yeah. I thought that was. I could see a Skyhawk or something further back, and I was looking at that instead of him. Oh, it says there's another one 2 miles away.
Yeah, 2 miles on the 6. Directly on the 6. I don't think he sees you.
Devil, you
knows in relation.
Damn it! Fucking F5 guns just fucked me.
Low, do you want comms?
Second MiG sees you. He's coming. Left wing now. Low.
Alright. No.
Off your nose now. Second MiG. He's going to cross it. Left wing. There he is.
What the fuck? What's he doing?
No, I think he lost sight of you.
Coke traffic.
Oh my god, I fucking hate the guns on this thing sometimes. Is this guy blind?
Yep. It's safe for now. The other
Radar
MiG
11
fucked off.
update, 0523 miles. Radar 11, he's hiding just east of the river in a little cove. Mark on map.
Radar 11, can I get that helo one more time?
Yeah, Radar 11.
Is what the bot? Is he in?
Miles, 400.
Yeah, he's dead.
Mark on map.
Oh, you got credited with both of them.
Really?
Yeah,
I only clipped but I don't even know if I had the first one actually.
you must have.
Actually, no, I did. I
think
think I knocked one of his missile pylons off or something.
you probably.
Rush 247 behind.
Yeah, well, you crippled him because he got credited with the kill.